Hey men, actually this is a unisex fragrance, but hey guys, do you like wood? Well, what if that wood was sacred? Today we're going to talk about a fragrance from the house of by Kilian, so strap up and let's go for that woody ride. All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the evening. Today, from the house of by Kilian, which is one of my favorites out there, we have Sacred Wood. Just opening up these test strips so we can have some assistance today. I thought this was a fragrance for men, especially since it's a dominantly woody fragrance, but it says it's unisex. So take everything I just said and throw it out the window. This is a 4.11 out of 5. At least got to get your nose on it to try it. Out of almost 2,000 votes, fragrance came out in 2014, classified as an oriental woody unisex fragrance. Without further ado, let's dive straight in. We're going to do 2 sprays on the arm, 3 sprays on the strip, and immediately I'm hit with a blast of soft, fancy woods. I really feel like the woody category, not just, almost every fragrance has a woody base to give it carry and to give it body, but not a lot of fragrances are wood emphasized. And so immediately this captivates my attention because I think when a fragrance is dominantly woody, soft, and fancy, it just adds a modern elegance immediately to the situation. This is soft, but good medium-sized bodied, fancy, soft woods. Oh, it dries down much differently. Wow. I'm going to put it on my other arm because that actually transitioned fast and quite crazy. Wow, it started off with kind of this Bois Imperial kind of opening, more on the sweeter side than the woody side, but it immediately transitioned. So I just sprayed this on 2 areas of the body, 1 on the strip. What started off as a very clean, fancy wood, soft, sweet kind of experience, it immediately went some other direction. Man. Wow, I loved that opening. But on my skin, it's going a direction I'm not fond of. It blooms into what starts as that smell, right? Something similar to Sycamore from Chanel, much more lighter and pristine and fancy, but closer to Bois Imperial. Kind of quickly goes into like a green aromatic realm, but almost synthetic. So yeah, don't like that Drydown. Man, I wanted to love this. In fact, I've tried Sacred Wood many times and it has impressed me, but I can tell now that in my previous wearings of Sacred Wood, I was not staying around long enough for the Drydown, and maybe I was only smelling it on the test strip. Because on the test strip, it's sweet. But then on that Drydown, on my skin, no. For me, on my skin right now, guys, this goes from Bois Imperial style to like, when you finish painting a room in your house, you just moved in, you put a fresh coat of paint on the wall, you left the room and you left the industrial fan on. You waited a couple of hours and then you went back into the room to check to see if the paint had dried. There's still that kind of wet, premium, dry paint smell. Yeah, it's smelling it's smelling like paint to me. Let's switch screens. Let's get some information. It did get a high score, so you don't have to listen to me. Ambrette carrot seed, pink pepper. I think I'm getting a lot of this and a lot of that. It does have some unique things in here. This Mysore sandalwood, incense. It has several resins, a lot of seeds, a lot of musky stuff, a lot of spices. So tolu. So yeah, it kind of starts as this cedar milk amyris sandalwood thing, and even the pink pepper. And then it dries down to all of this stuff. I'm trying to draw it, so hopefully you're following my mouse. It kind of dries down to this type of thing, which for me is giving very much a reading of like fresh, dry paint. Like premium paint, like high quality paint, but just like a paint finish. And I'm not liking it on my skin at all. This doesn't work with my skin, and it may not work with your skin either, so please, if you're mildly interested in this, I know guys like Bowtie, the fragrance guy, said they absolutely love this fragrance. But I promise you, if for the sake of the fact of you might get the same experience with it as me, don't just try it one time. Please get a sample. Got a frog in my throat. Get a sample, put it on your skin, and wear it all day and see what it does to your skin. Because on my skin, it's going a whole different direction than that opening. Yeah, this might, and maybe like 30 minutes in, it might get more desirable. But man, it just noticeably smells like premium paint, almost dry. The note pyramid looks interesting, but now that I'm seeing all this stuff, the seeds, the balm, the caraway, those can be very distinct notes, and even the little slight smokiness from incense, and then different combinations of wood and pepper. That's what it all smells like. You know, I'm not getting the milkiness anymore, the amberwood or the amyris, the sandalwood, the distinct cedar, getting a bunch of other stuff. This is a peculiar smell. I imagine this would have moderate sillage and projection, probably like a 4 to 5 hour longevity. Glorified woody skin scent, not a lot of sillage, just more of a 2-foot projector. But it looks like, based off of these votes, that people get almost all kinds of reactions. I mean, look at this. It's almost an equal distribution of intimate, moderate, strong, and enormous sillage. So people are getting different experiences with this. And then on the longevity, an equal kind of scoring between moderate to eternal longevity. So it probably depends on skin chemistry along with how many sprays you're doing. The comparisons here: Tom Dow, Wonderwood, Santal Blush from Tom Ford, Tom Dow, which I haven't smelled most of those, to be honest. Dunhill Icon Elite. Yeah, this is a unique smell, guys. Let's see if anyone got this. After first spray, I smelled nothing but photorealistic barnyard. Nah. Dries down to a bark chip factory. I'm not a fan, which is so disappointing because I was judging it by the notes. It should be a home run. That's my experience. Yeah, look, I reviewed Sacred Wood last year when I was still really new to my fragrance journey. Tried it again today and had a different experience. I said it reminded me of Forest Fairies, but that it was too strong on my skin. Now I appreciate the longevity and projection in a different way. I still can see the Forest Fairy comparison, but on the first spray, I get this divinely creamy sandalwood, creamy and milky. This is a really good fragrance. I was shocked there was ever a time where I didn't at least like it. Incredibly underwhelming, one-dimensional. Tried layering it with Molecule 04, and the result is amazing. So people are having to play with this a lot. Let's go ahead and wrap up here. I feel comfortable wrapping up. This fragrance, no doubt, is a different experience for many people. And so I'm still trying to check on my arm to see if it changed, but I still feel like I walked into a room with walls all around and a fresh coat of premium paint put up. So for me, it's a no. It's unrateable for that reason. I think for the sake of the house, you know, By Kilian makes stellar fragrances. I mean, stellar fragrances. There's not many By Kilians, even the ones for women, that I don't absolutely love. So for that sake, I'm going to revisit it personally. But I think at the very least, do not blind buy this fragrance. It's not super talked about by a lot of the community. This is a niche DNA smell. And so you would be doing a disservice blindly buying this. Get your nose on it first, see what it does on your skin, ramp up the sprays, and try it before you buy it. Don't buy the fragrance if you know you're going to have to be using oils and different things like that. Make sure it's substantial for your price point. Because again, I think the price point on a by Kilian fragrance is quite north of the $200 mark. Let me double check. It's been a while since I've purchased a by Kilian. I think it's closer to $300 to $400. Yeah, $380 to $300 retail. So the best price you're probably going to find on it is somewhere in the high ones to low twos. That is for, I think, either 100 mil concentration or like a 75, something like that. But yeah, for that price point, you definitely have to make sure that it's a stellar fragrance. Again, for me, it's unrateable. I do think that if this fragrance works on your skin, it can be a Four Seasons fancy semi-formal type of scent. It is peculiar, so that leans it into formal for me. I don't think, is this marketed as unisex? I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a super masculine profile to me and my nose, so take that with a grain of salt. I mean, ladies, there's nothing feminine at all in here. Maybe the amyris, maybe the sandalwood. After that, maybe the milkiness. There's 3 notes. Then after that, you just get a barrage of resins, seeds, and woods. So, that's just my take. Anything else I'm leaving out for you guys? I haven't seen this fragrance really come up on discounters. I think the best price I've seen for this is around like the $160 mark, but that's pretty rare. Alternatives to this, I mean, I don't know any that match this profile, to be honest. My leans is to say try the Tom Ford Santal Blush, since there's comparisons to that. Even some of the Javois have kind of a church woody resin smoke kind of thing. There's a couple from the Javois house. If you're wanting to go cheaper, a good go-to for just a soft woody profile is going to be like Bentley Absolute. And other than that, Bois Imperial. But those are all over the place in terms of just being in the realm of a dominantly softwood fragrance. Some go smoky, some go 5-star hotel clean, some go more foresty. So definitely, if that's the realm you want to dance in, there's some alternatives for you to check out that I absolutely love. But again, this was by Kilian's Sacred Wood. The opening was absolutely stellar. Talk about just top notes that fool you, because this transition is fast, immediate, and polarizing. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but nonetheless, hope you guys got something out of this review. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments section below. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn on that notification bell. Talk to me. I do talk back. Sound off in the comments, guys. Am I crazy? Have you put your nose to this? I know Bowtie thinks the world of this fragrance, but it is not for me, and that might just be due to my skin chemistry. I won't rule that possibility out. I'm going to leave 2 videos up based off what you've been searching for, because I got to go, but feel free to stick around. If you're a beginner all the way to expert, I drop videos every single day with various types of fragrance content, so you can get something out of this channel, and I've organized it quite conveniently in the playlist section. Hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week, and until next time, peace.